Let me walk you through a story. We have a kid named Darren. He's 17. He grew up in a one-bedroom apartment with 3 siblings. He didn't finish high school. He got into a little trouble, not jail, but just enough to get written off. Now Darren doesn't have college recruiters coming, no scholarship letters in the mail, but he had one option left, the Job Corps. They gave him a dorm bed, hot meals, boots and gloves. They taught him how to wire a building. They even got him certified. He left with a trade and dignity. Now imagine telling Darren and 98,000 kids like him every year that option is gone, not reduced, erased. That's what just happened. 99 Job Corps centers shut down quietly. Let's talk about who gets hurt. The Job Corps wasn't a perfect system, but for many, it was the only system. So who did it serve? It served the kid aging out of foster care, the teenage mom who needs housing while she learns a skill, the son of a janitor in Mississippi, the daughter of a bus driver in Baltimore, the grandson of a farmer in Alabama, the refugee youth in Minnesota, and the GED holder in South Central. This wasn't just about jobs. This was about a chance. And now the very people who needed it most are being told, figure it out. But what they're really saying is, we've moved on. So let's be honest. Why did they really shut it down? Please don't believe the lie that it's about cutting waste. The real reasons are more disturbing and more strategic. 1. The Job Corps interrupted the pipeline to poverty. It taught welding, construction, CNS certifications, hospitality, real trades with livable wages. If young people have jobs, they're harder to exploit, and that's bad for business. 2. It slows down the school to prison pipeline. The Job Corps was a detour for thousands of young black and brown men from jail. And if they're not behind bars, that's one less body to power the prison labor system that fuels private companies. 3. It takes profits away from for-profit education hustles. Why fund a free program when you can force kids into day chasing the same certification at a private school? And then 4, it threatened military recruitment. Make no mistake, when you remove civilian job pathways, what's left? The recruiter in a nice uniform with a brochure and a promise. And who do they target? Black and brown youth, poor white youth, kids with nowhere else to turn. Shutting down the Job Corps funnels our youth back into the hands of the very systems we claim to be reforming. So what can we do? We disrupt the disruption. We become the solution, not with hashtags, but with blueprints. And here's how. We turn churches and mosques into skill labs. You already gather there. Now use those spaces to teach. Bring in retired electricians, plumbers, bakers, coders, mechanics. Let the elders train the youth. We shall call it Trade Sundays. You pray in the morning, and then you build in the afternoon. 2, we introduce the tithe of power. You've heard of giving 10% to the church. Now imagine giving 10% to the future. Diaspora family, we don't need millions. We need thousands of us sending $10 a month. A tithe that doesn't go to marble floors or golden pulpits, but to welding helmets, to laptops, to transportation stipends, to paying local instructors to teach what YouTube won't. 3, we need to pressure corporate. We need to hold local businesses accountable. If they're hiring from our communities, they need to invest in training our youth. No more free labor. No more unpaid internships. No more entry level with 5 years of experience. And then lastly, we need to introduce mentorship over metrics. You don't need a federal program to care. Take one young person, teach them what you know. If each of us does that, the Job Corps never really dies. It just goes local. Now here's why this is urgent. Because the government told on itself. They didn't restructure the program. They didn't consolidate or merge. They deleted it, which means they're done pretending to care about youth that look like us. They're done investing in paths to independence. But that's okay, because we've always known how to make something out of nothing. We turned porches into salons, garages into workshops, kitchens into catering businesses, prisons into classrooms, and street corners into lessons. We can turn this moment into a movement. So before I go, let me leave you with this. The Job Corps was never the dream. It was a bridge. And now that it's gone, we build a better one with our hands, with our wisdom, with our wallets, and with our love. Because this isn't about saving those kids. This is about saving us. Let's move.